My Girlfriend is a Werewolf, Volume 1. This is going to be very hard to explain, but I'm going to do it as much as possible. 5 months ago, exactly. And it felt like it was just yesterday. My whole life changed ever since that day. As you may know, that I was dating this gorgeous girl, and I don't want to say her name, but I was surprised at what she was. But I don't know how I met her, but I will tell you what happened. Every single month, usually, and it was very unique because it happened you know, it seemed like it was every full moon. I can't explain it why it was a full moon, but that's basically what it is. And I didn't know what was going on at first, but so we went. I was doing something the in the living room, and I she said, "Okay, I'm ready to go out. All right, see ya." But as she was getting out, I've heard some screaming. At first, I was confused. I went out there and checked on her, and she said angrily, "Stay away! You don't want me to hurt you." Me being confused. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Go away! In pain, she was clearly struggling. I was about to get the phone to call, but then her voice changed within seconds, and then I noticed that it was different. She began to grow, and her face was changing. Her feet were changing to paws, and her hands were sharpening claws. I, in shock, I just dropped the phone and immediately hid on the couch. What is this? What's happening? She roared and screamed in a low voice. Then it was silence. Then I heard thumping noises approaching and sniffing and growling. I'm dead. I'm dead. This monster is going to kill me and no one will know about it. But nothing happened. There was silence. Then the covers was ripped apart from the couch and I screamed in terror. But she wasn't moving. She was just staring at me with those blue eyes glaring at me. Oh my gosh, what the hell? What are you? I screamed. Panicking, I tried to get the phone, but then her strength caught me. She grabbed me, almost squeezing me, and she looked at me. Her nose and her eyes were huge. She was standing at least 8 feet, maybe even taller. And is she smiling? She dropped me on the ground and she looked at me with all that fur. Her body was, there was muscle and fur all over her. She was, is her tail wagging? I, of course, was stumbling backwards, still in shock. She was growling, but in a positive way. Can't explain it. Then she used her claw and she dug her claw into the wood. I'm still here, it says. I looked at that gigantic face with her eyes glooming and her teeth huge, big teeth. You're you're not going to hurt me? I said. She growled and positive. and she started wagging her tail. She got on her fours and actually started sticking her tongue out like a freaking dog. And she started, you know, doing dog things, I don't know what you call it, parenting around, I guess. I was kind of giggling a little bit, nervous, but I was actually enjoying myself. Then she got on her hind legs and picked me up and squeezed me. And then she was licking me. My face, her tongue was the size of my head. Large tongue across my face. I closed my eyes because it was all wet. Ugh, what the hell? She growled. "Roar?" Like that. I can't, it's something else. I really don't know how to even make that sound. But then she laid me on the ground gently. And then she pointed outside. Then we both went outside. And then she pointed at the full moon. And I said, "You're a werewolf?" She smiled and nodded. "Wow. So you're a werewolf? A lycanthrope? That's freaking awesome." Then she got on her fours and pounced on me. Her eyes were turning red, and I was screaming in fear. Then she opened her mouth and bit my shoulder, my left shoulder. The pain was horrifying. I screamed, "What the hell? Why did you do that?" Then she got up on her hind legs again. Then her teeth grinning. Then it faded away with a sort of, well, guilty look. Her tail between her legs, and her eyes were blue again. Her ears started to go down, but that wasn't all. Something was happening to me. My body was in pain. I was screaming, and, well, it was so much pain I don't even remember. But then eventually, I was a werewolf now, and we both were werewolves. Then we went on a feral run together. Then, once the moon finally went away, we finally went back home and, of course, laid down and went to sleep. The next morning, I said, "You bit me," and she says, "I'm sorry, I couldn't hesitate myself." Then I said, "You know what? I think that was awesome." The end. Yeah, that story. Well, I tried. Uh, so there will be a volume two, which will be a little bit more interesting and a little bit longer. Uh, yeah. So let me know if you like this story or not. I may need to be some modifications for it, but for right now, you know, it's a start. I'm not good at creepy pastas, I'm just, you know, we get it. But either way, if you liked it, if you're not, that's fine. And I could probably improve with the story. I didn't like make a script or anything because, it's just I'm too lazy. And if you just go with the flow, there you go. Works pretty well. Not really, but either way, uh, there will be some videos that you can check out on the left or right. Um, and yeah, if you're interested, thank you guys for tuning in. And I will see you guys in the next live recording or live stream. Goodbye.